Singapore is letting more people return to workplaces from next month as it further eases COVID-19 restrictions. The country's multi-ministry task force also announced that limits on big social gatherings such as weddings will also be raised. At the same time, vaccines will be given to more age groups, which now includes those aged 45 to 59. Deborah Wong with more.
Now, this work-from-home situation you see behind me is no longer going to be the default arrangement, as Singapore will move to a hybrid model next month. Now, that means 75% of staff can now be at the workplace at any one time, up from the current 50%. Split team arrangements will no longer be mandatory, but companies are still urged to keep staggered start times and flexible hours. Cross-deployment across workplaces is still not allowed. And it's also good news for more events. From 24th April, weddings and business gatherings can scale up to 250 people, up from 100 right now. Live performances and sports events can let in up to 750 from the current 250. Authorities are also studying how to give more flexibility to those fully vaccinated. For now, those vaccinated for at least 2 weeks and deemed healthy won't need to be tested before these live events.
We are too considering broader guidelines for vaccinated persons beyond just this exemption from pre-event testing. I think the evidence around the world shows that the vaccination can help not just to protect yourself, but also reduce transmission risk. So we will look at what the guidelines are for vaccinated persons with regard to social activities, interactions, as well as for travel.
On that note, authorities are also looking at whether those vaccinated and travelling will still need to serve stay-home notices. They say this will hinge on the overall vaccination program. So far, that's been on track, with over 1.1 million doses given. Those between 45 to 59 years old can also now sign up to get the jab. As for further safeguards to measure immunity in the population, the task force says tests may be done on those vaccinated in specific cases, such as when they show symptoms. Now, as to the defective packaging for some Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine vials found in Hong Kong, the task force said Singapore does stringent checks for every shipment. For instance, whether these are stored at the right temperatures throughout the cold supply chain. Still, the pace of vaccine rollout hinges on supply disruptions, such as in Europe.
We keep very little stock because we do want to roll them out as soon as possible so that we can vaccinate Singaporeans and protect them as soon as possible. At some point in time, if supplies are disrupted, we may need to also suspend our vaccination program until new supplies arrive. So I would like to seek a Singaporeans' understanding that we are actually running a very tight supply situation and we want to do it as soon as possible, as fast as possible.
Even as Singapore ramps up its vaccination rollout, authorities remind the public to remain vigilant and stick to current COVID-19 measures.